Get in.
Very calm side foot, knock it in.
What's that?
Very calm side foot, you can knock it in.
Oh, she's typically very calm on the ball. Oh, very aggressive. Two players to one on the defensive. And take possession of the ball. Very quick to take possession of the ball. Naturally, you've got to pick up. You kind of shape up the ball.
Hello and a very warm welcome to this NPL 1 Women's Round 2 match at the North Turramurra Recreation Area on a chilly Sunday afternoon. We've got a grand final replay in store for you today between the reigning champions, the reigning premiers, finished top of the ladder and won the grand final last year, Sydney Uni, against the hosts, the Northern Tigers, who they defeated in penalties to take out that title last season. I'm Alex Bolchinoff, joining you for commentary this afternoon, and we should have an absolute beauty in store for you here today. Let's have a quick check of the team sheets, which we've just got through. For the Tigers, Coach Jason Egar has named a starting lineup of number 1, Claire Coelho in goal. Survey Uzunla starts as the number 6, number 7, Hannah McNulty, number 8, Maddie Bart, number 9, Daisy Arrowsmith, number 10, Malia Steinmetz, number 12, Lauren Allen, number 13, Emma Watkins, and number 15, Josie Wilson, as well as number 17, Gemma Simon. Last season's team to beat, Sydney University, Coach Alex Epicus starts number 21, Danielle Bartels in goal. Number 3, Tori Tumeth. Number 4, Claire Hunt. Number 6, Claire Wheeler. Number 8, Bianca Gallick. Number 9, Nicoletta Flannery. Number 11, Julianne Russell. Number 12, Sarah Morgan. Number 14, Brianna Oliverio. And number 17, Gabrielle Peak, as well as number 25, Tegan Collister. Well, these two teams have developed somewhat of a rivalry over the last season or so. Met 4 times last season. 2 wins for Uni. Corresponding fixture in round 7 here last season was a 0-0 draw, the only game in which Uni failed to score. Toss now as Steinmetz and Wheeler out there, the 2 captains. Teams into their final pre-match huddle as we prepare for this blockbuster start to the 2020 season. Cool day here in North Turramurra. We have managed to avoid most of the rain. We got a little bit of a shower just before kick-off, about half an hour ago, before the conclusion of the reserve grade game. But since then, the skies have stayed clear. We're not undercover here, so we're hoping it stays that way. Up on the hill at North Turramurra Recreation Area. Well, the question has been, will Sydney Uni be able to continue their dominance of this competition? Made 3 of the last 4 grand finals, minor premiers 3 of the last 4 years. They are what you would consider a powerhouse. Northern Tigers have grown into this team as a team together. Their last title was back in 2011. So here we go, ready for kickoff. Sydney Uni kicking from left to right on your screen, wearing the blue and yellow. Northern Tigers in their customary green and white stripes. We prepare for kickoff here at North Turramurra. Hoping the rain stays away. Either way, I'll be here to guide you all the way through it. Alex Bolchinoff on commentary here this afternoon as they get the game underway. The students, long ball forward. There's a conglomerate of Tigers fans up on the hill on the left-hand side as you're looking at the screen now. Tigers starting in possession. Bart tried to get a foot in there. Now Arrowsmith coming deep to try and collect, but she's not able to. See Hunt collect the ball there. She's a key player for this Sydney Uni side at the heart of their defence. Tuck fizzling out for the Tigers, but they've won the throw. Taken quickly by Wilson on that far side. It's come towards Bart. Wearing number 8, but taking up that number 10 position. Hunt didn't deal with it, and now Arrowsmith's trying to cause some trouble near the edge of the university area, but they've managed to get the ball away, the students, and given away there, and Zunla is able to clean up the ex-Matilda. Nice thing to have in this competition. Play with her experience, 2 World Cups with the Matildas, 2011 and 2015. Uni dominating possession very early in this first half. We've got a big season ahead. Manly and Macarthur playing at Cromer Park as we speak. We'll do the 3 p.m. kickoff this afternoon. Just the 2 games going ahead with W League commitments taking players away. Uni have got an opportunity up in this Tigers area. It doesn't come to anything. Goal kick. Oliverio just getting too much on that ball. Tigers happy to play out short. Lob forward. Bart takes it down nicely. Now the Tigers can come through the middle here with McNulty. She's not able to find Laura and Allen on that far side. Half clear by Bartels. The team able to get their foot on the ball and really control the tempo of this game in the early stages. Zunla's ball for Arrowsmith just had too much weight on it. Nice touch by Oliverio to control. She's challenged in there. Ball pops free. McNulty able to gather. Plays a 1-2 with Steinmetz. Nice little chip up there by McNulty. Not able to beat the defender. Bart heads it on. McNulty, the ball bouncing behind her. She just lost track of it. She's putting the pressure on deep in the half, and she wins a throw from Gabrielle Peak. Tigers with their first spell of sustained possession here. Steinmetz playing out from the back. The youth New Zealand international. On clearance, Zunla is there to win again, and this time it's Hunt putting her head in there. Long ball forward comes to nothing for the Tigers. And now Gallick is able to control, but she's given it away. Plenty of turnovers in the early minutes. Good pressure from both teams. Aiming to press as much as possible. Arrowsmith now applying pressure in there. It's a heavy challenge by Steinmetz in there. It's McNulty now. She was held back. Nothing doing to the referee. Peak not able to play out, but she wins the first free kick of the game for the students deep in their own half. Well, it's been an intense start to this game, you can certainly say that. Both teams looking to establish themselves early. No signs of nerves. Both teams trying to play out from the back. Two teams with very similar styles. You look at them, what they did last season. Peak able to play back to Tremeth there. Tumeth there, sorry. Hunt playing long, it doesn't come to anything. Got a nice pitch to play on this afternoon. The rec area, lovely synthetic. Sometimes tough on the players, but certainly gives us good football to watch as neutrals. Two teams were certainly capable of playing it this afternoon. Here's Tumeth again at the heart of the students' defence. Wheeler and Hunt. Now Morgan out on the left, but that ball was left short by Claire Hunt. And straight onto it is Lauren Allen for Northern Tigers. Here's a chance for the Tigers to get forward, but it was Hunt who had managed to recover, get the block on the cross. And Bartels is grateful to see that ball end up in her arms. Mara stepping away from the challenge there. Students happy to slow the tempo early here. Tigers not looking to press too high, certainly once they get to this middle block. That's a nice turn there. Away they go. Nicoletta Flannery. Oliverio. Sort of a stabbed toe poke in behind. Wilson was there to clean up for the Tigers. There's an arm in there. Play on, says the referee. It's good, we've had flowing football to start with. Oliverio again able to retain possession for the students. Here's Hunt. Really does turn into an exaggerated 4-3-3 when they defend here, the Tigers. They're making sure nothing gets through their midfield. Happy for the students to go out wide. They've turned it over here, and Wheeler. And now it's Russell turning away from one. She's tried to play in Flannery. Nice feet on the edge of the area. Cross comes in. Tigers able to see it away, but the danger's not averted yet. Here's Gallick. Gallick's gone for goal, and wasn't too far away. 30 yards out was a decent strike. She caught all of it. Just travelling the wrong side of Coelho's left-hand post. Claire Coelho, the Northern Tigers keeper, 19 appearances for the Newcastle Jets W League side. Bart able to cut that one out. Peaks throw. Oliverio in a battle with McNulty, which the Tigers winger wins. Giving it back to Azunla. Steinmetz under plenty of pressure there. Coelho happy to clear. Two ends in the back there, but McNulty was able to spin away from the challenge. Hunt is there again. Pressure by Arrowsmith, who got her foot in and won it. It's been given away by Allen. One back again. Hunt really struggling to deal with Arrowsmith there, and still she persists. It's come to Bart! And the Tigers' defence, forward press was too much for the students. They weren't able to deal with it. The ball fell to Hannah Bart, and she finishes coolly into the far corner. 1-0 to the hosts. And perhaps not where we thought it would come from. Oh, a junior career with the North Shore Mariners. She's come across town as Hannah Bart. She's on the score sheet for the Northern Tigers early here in the first half. The pressure came there from the forward press, and it was just superb. Bart pushing out. She's playing that number 10 position terrifically well. Arrowsmith managed to get her foot to the ball and set up her strike partner, if you like. So that one's fired wide. First goal of the season for the Tigers. They lead 1-0 here early. Not the way the students would want it to have started. Been happy to play the ball around the back line and not really been able to penetrate the disciplined setup of the Tigers, who really are staying very, very narrow without the ball. The middle block. Been able to deal with anything Sydney Uni have thrown at them to this point. Throw on this near side, Simon. Back to the left back, and she's got to be careful there because Flannery is stolen in, but Steinmetz is able to get back there. Helped out by Razunla. Appeals for a free kick, go unheeded. Coelho will be able to clear. Looking for Lauren Allen, but it's in doing. Tigers have been happy to press here, and here they go again. Arrowsmith is so energetic around that. And she can sniff a mistake coming. Oliverio probably be one of the students' best so far in the centre of midfield. Here's Tumeth. She's looking for something long, but she's not got too many willing runners in there. Well, it's a poor clearance. Allen just wasn't able to control, but she does keep possession for the Northern Tigers. It's been given away. It's a poor giveaway there. In midfield, Russell wins it back. Again, it's another turnover once they get into midfield. Sydney Uni just not able to get numbers around the ball in key areas at the moment. Tigers certainly have the upper hand. Tactical setup is causing some issues for the reigning champions. Arrowsmith coming deep now. Happy to keep it, but Wheeler's read it. It's been good screening so far in front of that back four. Tumeth again looking long, but she's again closed down by Bart. Students go long again, and again to no avail. Picked up in midfield there by Wheeler, who did well. Russell. Flannery. Better football from the students. Ball in from Wheeler is blocked, and they have won a corner. Second of the day. Was much better from the students through midfield. They really have had everything shut down in there to this point. Might be able to fashion themselves an opportunity here from a set piece. It's taken towards the edge of the box. It was fought to get there, but Steinmetz there to clean up. Will be fired back out wide. It's Wheeler on that far side. She's able to turn away from one. Oh, and there's appeals for a penalty, a handball. Well, Anna McNulty's problems playing Sydney Uni continue. She had a great chance to win the grand final in the 118th minute last season. And unfortunate to give away a handball here. It might be a real let-off for Sydney Uni, who were not really been in the game for this first 20 or so minutes. Flannery will step up here. She scored the winning penalty in the grand final last season. Can she slot one past the new Northern Tigers goalkeeper this time? She does. It's 1-1. Sends Coelho the wrong way, slots it in the other corner, and Sydney Uni have got a big let-off there. Tigers in the ascendancy for much of the opening period. The score is still 1-1 now. That could be a real momentum shifter. So we have a false start from the kickoff. It's just that period of play before the goal where the students got their passing game going through midfield, won the corner, and from the resulting cross, or second cross really, it was a second phase of play. The ball had been half cleared. The Tigers can keep up this pressure in the opposing half. They're going to continue to fashion chances for themselves though. McNulty was unfortunate there. She attempted to control the ball, just deflected up into her arm. It was a clear penalty kick. Here's Oliverio trying to carry the ball out. It was a good win in there. Strong challenge by Watkins, but students have kept possession. Out on the far side now with Morgan. And she's given it away. Again, it's turned over. This time Wheeler, she's been good. Relieve some of the pressure on the students' back line. Plenty of touches on the ball through that midfield. Hunt. Tumeth happy to look into that channel again. Steinmeitz got there but didn't really deal with it. It's well played out. Gemma Simon is back there. Plenty of professional experience in that Northern Tigers back line on which to rely. Plenty of young talent up front. It's the old-fashioned way to set up a football team. They come down the left now. Wilson has been beaten there. And it's another corner to the students. Found some joy down that left-hand side in the last few minutes. Won themselves another corner. Be Gallic over there again to take it. It's whipped in. It's the Tigers' head as they got it clear. Wilson able to chase it down. They've gone as far as Morgan. Sydney Uni able to set up in the Northern Tigers half here. Tumeth keeps trying to play these long balls. That's a much better one. Here's Wheeler on the left-hand side now. Played it in behind. Here's Collister. Back to Wheeler. That one's not one of her better balls. Steinmetz able to get her body in the way. That's one back though. Bad place to turn the ball over. And they get out of jail with a free kick given away. Well read by Watkins to get in there and mop up. Well, we said it would be an even match. We said it would be a good match to start us off here in season 2020. It's certainly been that so far. Tigers in the early ascendancy. Students working their way back into this game. They've had most of the ball. Haven't really been able to get past the Tigers press to this point. Chance here if they play it right. It's Gemma Simon. McNulty, she's held up. That's better football from the Tigers. Looking to release McNulty again, but Tumeth is in there. Bart's long throw. Simon's forward from left back, but she's going to let it roll, and they're going to win another corner here, the Northern Tigers. Well, Jason Ego will be very happy with how they've started this match. Carried out, I think, the tactical instructions to a T. Fashion themselves a goal. Individual error for the goal as that one's whipped in. Oh, and Bart craned her neck to nearly manage to get her head on that. Wasn't able to. Steinmetz has got it forward here now. The centre half. It's another corner as Azunla attempted to cross that ball. Blocked, and we'll have a corner on the far side this time. Both the centre halves getting forward for that corner. They'll stay forward here. So we're starting to get a few drops of rain here at North Turramurra. Simon's ball in. It's an easy claim for Bartels, but she's... well, I thought she fumbled there, but the referee's given the free kick against Bart, who was closing her in. Closing her down, rather. This temperature's about to drop a few degrees as the rain rolls in. Tumeth now bringing it out of defence for the students. Flannery. Couldn't find Russell on that far side. Allen able to mop up. Wilson just caught on it. She's going to be careful back there, Josie Wilson. That's well won by Wheeler. Does read the game superbly from the base of midfield. Ball's forward towards Russell again on this left-hand side. Able to turn. It's Gallic, and they're able to keep the play moving. This time they come down the right. It's Gallic again. Looking for the ball through. Steinmetz puts her head in the way. Here's McNulty. She managed to... no, she hasn't. Flag's gone up. Flag's gone up. The referee's not seen it there. It's going to be a throw to Sydney Uni. Peake takes it quickly. That ball, they keep it halfway for that purpose. It's another throw. Students happy to just work themselves down this right-hand sideline. Peak with another throw. Pulled it out to the left-hand side. That's a Wheeler's just left that a bit short, and Wilson's able to make the interception. See what the Tigers can fashion from this. Just held it up. Felt there was an opportunity if they'd played it right to break there, and now they've given it away, but it's a free kick. Oliverio disbelieving. Did catch the back of Emma Watkins' calf there. It's a lovely touch from McNulty to take her away from Peak and then away from Tumith. It's Hannah McNulty, and it's a good smothering save from Bartels, who was quick off her line. Managed to make herself big as the winger bared down on goal. Here's Bart. Couldn't sort her feet out. Taken away by Russell. She did well. Here's Oliveria, Wheeler, sorry. All to no one there. So really, if you look how Northern Tigers are set up to press here, they have been studying how Sydney Uni play out, and Lauren Allen has won the ball back here. She's found Arrowsmith, the top scorer last season for the Tigers. She couldn't get the ball out of her feet. Uni managed to clear. They've actually won the throw on that far side as well. This relieves a bit of pressure. Good touch by Wheeler. She managed to hold it up. Flannery back to It's come out to Peak, the right back. She's played the ball in behind. There's a chance here if Collister could get on the end, but she just starting a little too deep there. First time we've really seen Sydney Uni able to put something together on the break. Well, that's because they've had a lot of the ball, but also do have the players that are capable of doing that if you leave yourself open at the back. And Wheeler's getting forward here again, the midfielder. Plays it back to Collister. Uni happy to keep the ball. Hunt. Tumith. Oliverio, she's lost it in there. McNulty able to get back and help out. She does do a great deal of defensive work for a left winger, Hannah McNulty. Great energy up and down this left-hand side. Bart had her shirt pulled by Oliverio. Nothing's doing to the referee. Tigers keep the ball with a throw in though. McNulty putting a long ball in, and Bart looks like she's going to be first on the end of this. She is. Needs some support now. And she's won the free kick. Clumsy challenge from Bianca Gallick, and the Tigers have another set piece opportunity here. Clever play from Hannah Bart. Just able to realise she didn't have support. Turn, kept the ball. Felt the contact, went straight down. And now Northern Tigers have a set piece to deliver. It'll be McNulty to do so. She goes to the middle of the 6-yard box, and sustained pressure here from the Northern Tigers again. They get another corner. Simon goes to the far side to take it. 3 crowding goalkeeper Bartels here. Interesting to see what Simon does with the ball in. She's looking for Steinmetz, who managed to get her head on it. It's scrambled around Bart off the line, and the header from Allen is wide. Well, it's a very clever set piece from the Tigers, and nearly get their just rewards. Lauren Allen just not able to steer it the right side of the post. Steinmetz, a terrific target to have up there, the centre back. Simon picked her out beautifully. Good scrambling in defence as well from the students. Good quality football we're seeing here. Again, Uni playing out from the back. That's a sloppy touch from Tumith, and it's been pounced on by Bart, and now Arrowsmith is away. She's got Gallic closing her down. On she goes, Daisy Arrowsmith. Difficult angle on her weaker foot. Allen managed to get her foot in there as the students try to play out. Russell did well. Zunla and Collister are locked in an arm wrestle over on the far side at midfield. And Zunla, in the end, gets the free kick. Asking for a little bit more by the sound of it. She does have a temper. Terrific leader to have in the back line for the Northern Tigers. Wrestling with a young winger from Sydney Uni. Terrific to see. This is what we get in the NPL 1 women's. It's Matilda's young up-and-coming players. Terrific league in that sense. That ball goes long. Oh, and Bart's got a free header! She's got a double! Hannah Bart was picked out for a long ball. And a circumstance that didn't seem as if it was going to come to anything, but ghosted into an unmarked area, and it's a fabulous header. She's got a double, and Northern Tigers have their lead back. And the supporters on the hill are very happy with that. The Sydney Uni defence went to sleep, and they've been punished by a ball from 40 yards out that landed right on the head of Hannah Bart. That's a terrific finish. In what has been a player of the first half performance. Uni, well, this is looking awfully familiar. Uni have gone behind, earned a corner on that far side. Tigers will be hoping history doesn't repeat itself. It's the left back Sarah Morgan over there, young Matilda, 2018. Will be her to deliver with her left foot. Easily dealt with by Wilson, not only to the edge of the area. Oliverio was in there. Wheeler managed to screen in front, and Allen's just happy to send it anywhere. Peak picking it up for the students. Can they find an answer before half time? Not Collister's finest touch. Tigers getting themselves into a bit of bother in here. They managed to play their way out of it. Steinmetz goes long. She's happy to see it out till half time. Well, if the Tigers press continues as it has, maybe that is a more attacking move than I'm giving her credit for. Here's Morgan. Swimler there. Mid-air volley. Good technique. Oliverio was having her shirt pulled. She's managed to keep possession. Now it's turned over by the students. Allen battling with Morgan out on that far side. And the free kick's gone to Lauren Allen and the Northern Tigers. A very similar spot to where ball that was delivered straight onto Hannah Bart's head. Was Wilson that time. This time it's Zunla going over to take it. Tigers will be pretty happy with this lead. They've been the better team in this first half. Unfortunate individual error by Hannah McNulty, gifting Sydney Uni a penalty. Barely 5 minutes after they'd taken the lead, that one's in towards Bart again. He's sniffing around for a hat-trick now. 2 first half goals. Here's Tumith. You're going all the way back to their keeper. Steinmetz brings it down. Simon and Steinmetz playing a little game of 1-2 between them. Wilson, who's moved into the centre of the defence for the moment. Azumla's ball is cut out by Morgan, but she's won it back, the former Matilda. Allen did well to keep it in, and now Bart's onto it. Morgan able to mop it up for the students. They'll set up and play out as they do. Peak. And here goes McNulty. Peak was caught in two minds. Hannah McNulty's onto her, and she's brought down. Surely a card. Well, Nicole Peak got herself into all sorts of bother there. Gabrielle Peak, sorry. She's given away another free kick. This one in a much more dangerous area for the Northern Tigers. Great pressure from McNulty, who's been very industrious down this left-hand side in the first half. She's fashioned an attacking opportunity here by way of a free kick. Zunla is over it. She might just be inquiring about a bit of further discipline with the referee there. Gabrielle Peak, the first name in the book this afternoon. Zunla is over it. Very high line being kept by Sydney Uni here. Zunla will go for goal. She tried to go under the wall. It fell to a Tigers player. It's Emma Watkins in there. My foot shot was straight at Bartels. She's done well here. Collister, she couldn't win it back though. Wilson happy to get rid. Collister's picked it up again. That's a good challenge by Watkins again in that midfield. She's been good in front of the back four today. Tigers turn to play out. Coelho. Looking for Simon on this near side. Simon not able to direct her header, keep it in play. Peak to take the throw. Uni would love an equaliser before half time. Flannery leading in with her elbow. Watkins feeling the ill effects there. That was a heavy challenge. Allen's made the run in behind. It's another long ball, this time from Steinmetz. Allen picking it up, the right winger. She's ended up on the left side of the pitch. Battling with Hunt. Both got hold of each other's shirts. The free kick goes the way of the defending team and Claire Hunt. Bart. Couldn't do much there. Bit more urgency about what Sydney Uni are doing at the moment. Not happy with the way they responded to the Northern Tigers press in this first half. Wilson overlapping on the right hand side now. And she's still got it. Just couldn't get it out from under her feet. Collister's dropped deep. Morgan. Gallic, Morgan. Again, Allen doing a great job with her pressing from the front. She's won another throw for the Northern Tigers. Ball has found its way over the fence on that far side. Wilson restarting it with a throw. Here's Zunla. That's a great switch of play. Straight for McNulty. Oh, and it had to be tipped away. It was off the quadricep. It was trickling towards the far post. And in the end, a very athletic save from Bartels to get down and tip it around the post. Gemma Simon having her name sung as she moves over to the far side to take this corner. It's in towards again. They crowded the keeper again. And this time managing to break out Bartels and just get something on it. Morgan happy to clear it out for a throw. Uni under real pressure here. Could concede a third if they're not very careful. Tigers' press has been effective since the first minute of this game. That's where Bart's first goal came from. The second one was a long ball from midfield. She ghosted past the students' back line. Slotted a terrific free header in the far corner. That's why it was 2-1. That was after McNulty handled in the penalty area. Bart was taken out there as she challenged that, and Watkins is one for Wigan. One going well over the crossbar, out of play. As I was saying, McNulty's handball allowed Sydney Uni back into the game. Penalty was slotted by Flannery, who scored the winning penalty in the grand final last year as well, against the same opposition. Hannah Bart second for the Northern Tigers, giving them back their advantage that they have so far deserved. It's well up by Hunt. She won it. It's Russell providing the target. Comes the Tigers press again. This time they find an outball with Wheeler. She's been that more often than not this afternoon for Sydney Uni this first half. Toomuth. Not long to go in this first half. It's a bit of a muffed clearance, but Sydney Uni have ended up with the ball either way. Wheeler's long ball. Wilson came, didn't deal with it. Closed down intently by Collister. Still causing problems for the Northern Tigers backline, and she's won a throw in off of Zunla. Is there a chance for an equalizer late in this first half rather? Wheeler. And Russell. Russell's fouled by Allen, who came in through the back of her. And there is going to be a late opportunity here for Sydney Uni in this first half. Not a lot of firepower on the bench for Sydney Uni today. They've had some losses to W League commitments. To strike, and Coelho is able to claim fairly easily. Here's McNulty now for the Northern Tigers. Watkins challenged firmly but fairly by Toomuth. Smith did well to keep it. Peake stuck her foot in. Oliverio has drifted out of this game as the first half has gone on. Hunt is only able to stick it out for a throw. Northern Tigers looking to increase their advantage here before half-time. That was a tough ball. Russell tried to win the throw. Instead it'll go Northern Tigers' way. Simon. Watkins offering, she receives. Only able to give it away to Wheeler. Russell's first touch takes it back out of play. First versus second here last season. 4 times these two teams played each other. A 0-0 draw here in round 7 last season. 2-1 today. Maybe a bit of tiredness starting to creep in as we approach the end of this first half of the first game for these two sides in 2020. Best two sides in this competition last season. There's Oliverio, Peak, Wheeler, Toomuth. Morgan. Able to turn was Flannery. Morgan carrying the ball forward. She has carried a lot of their attacking threat from left back. That's well won by Azunla. What can she deliver now, the Tigers captain? It's given away. It's a poor giveaway in possession. Now Sydney Uni can break here if they play it right. Flannery goes long for Collister. It's a good ball. Wilson across to close her down. Collister's gone for goal. It was a lobbed strike. Didn't manage to get herself balanced and really put her foot through it. Gerlo's clearance is towards Allen. Off the head of Morgan, and it'll be a Northern Tigers throw. Bart again. 2 goals already this afternoon. Can't do anything with that one. Knocks it out for a Sydney Uni goal kick. Aaron Allen down that right hand side have caused all sorts of havoc for the Sydney Uni defence. Daisy Arrowsmith on the other side was the top goal scorer last season for the Tigers. Hardly had a look in. Long. Watkins took a heavy hit there as she challenged for that. Azumla hooks it away. Allen won the header. Toomuth deals with it, but it's only gone as far as Hannah Bart. We've already seen how dangerous she can be today. Simon. First time ball. Arrowsmith's done well to bring it under a spell. Bart's, well, she's feeling confident. She's gone for goal from about 30 yards. Deflection settles down for Bartels. This one retained is Watkins. Oh, and Steerling in there was Oliverio, and she's played in Flannery down this right hand side. What can she do with it? That's a well cleared by Josie Wilson. It's come as far as Russell though. Oh, and well back in to deal with that ball was Beth Bernardi. Touch around the corner, here's Bart. Oliverio picking it up again. Sydney Uni need to find something quickly here if they're going to get in before half time. Here's Flannery, knocking it wide. It's Peak down there. Cross is blocked by Simon, and then McNulty, hard working as ever, is back to cut out the second effort. Uni throw again, this time on the near side. Toomuth. Bart's only half cleared it. Here's Morgan. Here Jason Eager in front of us, calling his team forward to press. Russell was brought down and she has won the foul. And there is going to be a late opportunity here in the first half for the students to get level. Gullick standing over it. Looks as if she's going to go for goal here. She does. Well, she's tried to chip Coelho, but keeper sees it over the bar, and that will do for half number 1 of season 2020 for the Northern Tigers and Sydney Uni. It's an early lead for the Tigers. Hannah Bart struck before Hannah McNulty handled in the Northern Tigers area. Penalty was dispatched by Flannery for Sydney Uni to equalise barely 5 minutes after they'd gone behind. But Hannah Bart drifting into an unmarked position in the box, heading home with a terrific glancing header. And at half time here at Turramurra Recreation Area, it is Northern Tigers 2, Sydney Uni 1. front three have been particularly effective, and Maddie Bart has just been everywhere. Wearing the number 8 but playing that number 10 position. Supported it ably by Arrowsmith up front. Lauren Allen has had a terrific first half, the right winger. Been anchored ably by an experienced back four with plenty of W League experience. And Matilda's experience in the form of Zunla. 48 Matilda's caps, 2 World Cups. Spent time with both the Wanderers and Sydney FC in the W League as we get this second half underway here at North Turramurra Recreation area. Can the Tigers continue where they left off in that first half on the front foot? Certainly done that with the start to this half. Pressing themselves forward, here's Wilson. She played that ball back towards Steinmetz. Well to keep it. Here's Simon. Looking to flick in Bart. Tuma across to shield the ball. It's not gone out of play. Bart sliding and making the challenge. Only able to give away the goal kick. Some concern for Maddie Bart's well-being on that far side. She's all right. Well, she's been gritty and determined, and then when the time has come, she's shown a cool head to slot home 2 goals. The 2 goals that give the Northern Tigers the lead here in North Turramurra. Just look how compact they've made the pitch here, and you see them win that ball again. Ball's fallen to the students though. Cullick gets it away. Here's Wheeler. Tumeth. Hunt. Tumeth again. Will she go long as she looked to do in the first half? She's asking for someone to present to her. This time Oliverio does. She's nearly turned it over. Mopped up there by Peake. Gabrielle Peake. Here's Hunt. This time she'll launch it out to this left-hand side. Here's Collister. One of the better attacking threats Sydney Uni offered in that first half. Falls back to Gallick. It's come off the referee. Advantage played. Remember that has been a change in that law since last season. Ball hitting the referee. If there's no advantage for the attacking team, there's a drop ball. Ensure they retain possession. Oliverio winning the free kick here. About 30 yards out. They've taken it quickly. Here's Tumeth, Wheeler, Gallick, Morgan. Back to Bianca Gallick. What can she do here? She's had a go on the left foot. It's a good spin. Straight into the arms of Claudia Coelho. On clearing the clearance from the Tigers goalkeeper. Wilson up to take the throw. She's been very energetic in that first half. Bart is sniffing around for her 3rd goal of the game. Here's Hunt. She's put under pressure by Allen. Forced to go back to Bartels. Oliverio. Sydney Uni have been better when they've had her getting touches on the ball. Steinmetz managed to get there, and this time Wheeler. What can she fashion here? Comes to Peake. Peake went in hard with Bart. It's fallen to Gemma Simon. Tigers on the attack. She's tried to slide in Arrowsmith, but wasn't really making that run with any sort of intent, Daisy Arrowsmith. Only half away again from the students. Peake doing well to clean it up. Tumeth. Flannery. In there, Cullick, she's given it away. Here's Allen, striding forward. Barnard, Hunt is there again. She always seems to be, but again, it's only gone out for a Northern Tigers throw, and that dominance they had in this half of the pitch in the first half has continued early here in the second. Allen. Let's see. Throw into the students, relieve some pressure, but again they're getting themselves into too many battles like this in midfield. This time it's Collister who comes away with it. Came off a knee. Steinmetz clears. Morgan up with Allen, and throw has gone away the Northern Tigers. Only lost 2 games last season, the Northern Tigers. As we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, it was a 0-0 draw here last season between these two sides. 2 losses for the Tigers here last season with the Illawarra and Sydney Olympic, who they beat twice in the finals to qualify for the grand final. Four games played between these teams last season, including the 2 occasions in the finals. Uni winning the first of those 2-0 and then needing penalties to get past the Tigers in the grand final. It's pulled up for a foul. Steinmetz coming through. The back of Julianne Russell. Launch forward, but nothing doing. This defensive puzzle set up by Northern Tigers has not been one the students have been able to solve yet. Helps to have the experiences we've talked about, but the discipline further up the pitch has been quite impressive. The younger players in there. Emma Watkins and Beth Bernardi doing a terrific job screening the defence, and we've talked about the impact that Maddie Bart has had on this game already. Bernardi. Zumla, she's gone long, and Bartel's having to come right to the edge of her area to claim that one. She did so calmly. Uni able to play out. Hunt goes long for Collister on this near side. Collister, she's gone past Wilson. Taken to by Azunla now. It's a lovely little 1-2 with Russell. Nice piece of play, and it's floated up. Coelho's only able to flap at it. Here's Oliverio. Cut it back. Russell. Can she turn? Steinmetz did very well to hold her ground. It fell to Flannery. There's a cause for handball. Waved away by the referee, and it's a corner for Sydney Uni, who've decided to build some pressure here. Lovely piece of play down this left-hand side by Collister, who has been probably the most impressive of the Sydney Uni attacking weapons. What can they produce here from the corner? The goal came from a second phase after a corner kick. Ball is in. It's 3 Northern Tigers players converged around it. Flannery felt the ill effects of it. Uni will be able to continue their pressure here with a throw. Will be another Sydney Uni throw down this right-hand side. It's McNulty just able to get a shoulder in there to block the throw. Flannery holding it up. It's Morgan. Flannery again. Wheeler. She was almost wrestled off it, but managed to turn away. Here's Claire Wheeler. Goes to the byline and just too much on that. And 2 cheers from the Tigers Hill. A goal kick. First substitution of the game about to take place. Suter on. Rachel Sutar is on, replacing Sarah Morgan. It's been impressive down this left-hand side at left back. See if Sutar can contribute. She scored in the grand final penalty shootout last season. First of Sydney Uni's 4 successful attempts in that shootout. Tigers throw on the far side. Simon takes it quickly. McNulty was able to get into it, but Tumeth did well. Steinmetz there now at the back for the Tigers as they'll reset. Steinmetz did well. Bart managed to get a foot to it. Now Simon. Steinmetz again. Bart to keep it. That's a good challenge, but not able to win the ball back for the students there, Flannery. Now the Tigers can open the field up. It's Wilson. Allen. Wilson again. Happy to go square. It's Emma Watkins. Goes along with that ball. She's looking for the overlapping runner, Wilson. Didn't find her. Kalik, she gave it away. The ball from Barnard was overhit. Well, we got a very intense start to this game. That pace is sort of drifted out of it as we've gone further in. Tigers have been good value for their league, but students' answer to that has been to keep the ball as much as possible. And balls out like that don't help. Sutar couldn't retrieve it. Inviting pressure here from the Tigers. Bart flicking it on for Allen. Sutar shepherds it out of play. See how tight this press is from Tigers. Great stuff to show you junior players. Touch tight marking, tight areas. Means you're going to win the ball back, especially when you've got smart centre halves like Zula and Steinmetz back there, both with international experience at senior and underage level. Zumla will stand over another set piece. Very similar position to where Bart ghosted it and scored the second goal today for the Northern Tigers. So on an early run. It's the students reset. She takes it, floated over the back post and eventually cleared away by Gabrielle Peak back there. Fired back in by Simon. It's a deep ball, just too high for Allen. Sutar with time to collect and play out. Well, they're read by Barnard. Sutar, it's a good throw, causing problems for the Tigers' backline. Here's Russell. Moving forward. He's got past Wilson. It's almost a self-nutmeg, and a shot from Collister, not her best effort. Been difficult. There's been a lot of shots Sydney Uni taken from sort of that range, about 25-30 yards out. Difficult to get good purchase on the ball. Really cause any sort of problems for Coelho, who's another one of these Tigers players with W League experience. High scoring last season, the Tigers, but feels that their back half of the field might be one of their strengths coming up in 2020. Quello put under a little bit of pressure there. She managed to scramble it clear with Allen, and now Barnard. Wilson with a little header down, looking for Arrow Smith, who's holding Hunt back. Free kick given. And there's be a second substitution as Sydney Uni try to unpick this puzzle. Be Augustus, Stephanie Augustus on for Brianna Oliverio. Been good in the centre of the midfield, just drifted out of the game as it's gone on. prominent in the early stages. Zumler with a convincing header clear. Flannery with space to turn. She's not able to do so. Here's Allen. Just getting a foot in with Sutar. Again, we get one of these scraps in the middle of the pitch. Collister and Bart this time. And Collister again. And Wilson there to shut her down. Wins a throw for the students. Sutar takes it quickly. Here's Augustus. She's able to turn. Stephanie Augustus. She ran into Steinmetz, who did very well. Here's McNulty. Not many touches in this second half. It's not Gemma Simon's finest contribution this afternoon. Turns it over. And students can start to put on some real pressure here, as they generally been the better team in this second half. They still trail 2-1, but Collister's got some space on the left-hand side. She'll run at Wilson. Wilson there to close it off, but another corner for the students. That's what they can do to you. Let them get back into the game. They're going to be all over you. Smothering in their superiority this second half. Sutar's ball in. She's whipped it near post. It's McNulty's header away. Again, the second effort. This time it's picked up on the inside by Wheeler. Sutar plays it back to Wheeler, who's offside. Easy call for the linesman. Rachel Sutar, she's got some experience behind her as well. Sydney FC in the 11-12 season. 8 appearances for them for a short stint in 2017, and then with the Western Sydney Wanderers from their inaugural season in 2012 till 2016. She made 33 appearances for them. She takes this throw on the near side. Flannery had a Zumler in her back. Only half away from the Tigers captain. Sutar take the throw. Here's Augustus. Did well to retain possession. Wheeler, just too much on that pass for Sutar. A rare misplaced pass from Claire Wheeler. A bit too many of them today. Another one of those Sydney Uni players that scored in the grand final last season. No penalty shootout. Bart getting her head onto it, but only as far as Sutar. Augustus. Both these Sydney Uni subs have featured prominently since they come on. Toomuth's ball forward. Collister did well to get in front of Wilson. Wilson just getting a challenge in. Now it's a Russell able to turn, but her effort is blocked outside the box. Toomuth to fire it back in. Again, it's dealt with by the Tigers. Now Arrowsmith's got it. Calm head just to keep possession. Here's Gemma Simon. She's got McNulty down this left-hand side. Keep running those channels all day, Hannah McNulty. Simon. It's been given away. It's a pass from Barnard there. Slithering its way out of play. Flannery not allowed to turn. McNulty's won it back, and then she was fouled. The Tigers have a pressure relieving free kick. First sub for the Tigers here. It's going to be Zoe Halpin to come on. Another one of these Tigers ball playing centre midfielders. Signed from the North Shore Mariners for this season. She's made the short move. Beth Barnard takes her leave. Getting a start in the first grade side. She was promoted last season from reserves. She's put in a solid performance today. Here's McNulty. Able to turn his 2 minutes. Interesting to see what they do. And Uni never in any rush to go forwards. He's happy to play the football. Bart did brilliantly to win that ball. Here's McNulty. Watkins helping getting in there for this time, but Gallick's got away from her. It's Bianca Gallick. Her ball will be shepherded out of play by Josie Wilson for a goal kick. It's better from the students, but still just lacking that bit of cutting edge. That's why Augustus has been brought on. He's had a couple of nice touches in that number 9 spot up front. Playing as the main striker with Flannery and Russell running off her. That's a poor goal kick from Coelho, but she got away with that one. She's kicking into a breeze that has picked up somewhat. Shouts for a 6-second call there. She did have it in her arms for a while. Gets rid of it now. Here's Allen. Suter made the touch, but it's going to be a Tigers throw. Wilson did well, Halpin, and she's won the free kick. I'd also like to thank our sponsors here, Football New South Wales, TAFE NSW, Ultra Football, Puma, and Mitre, the official ball sponsor of the NPL New South Wales women's competition. Zunla fires one of those Mitre balls forward. It's cleared away this time. Wheeler doing well in midfield, just to link up play beautifully there. Flannery comes forward now. She's looking for Augustus and struck an arm in there, said the referee. It's an attacking player now. It doesn't matter whether that arm is away from the body or anything else. As soon as the referee sees it strike an arm, they will give the free kick. Of course, that's different for the defensive side of the ball. It's one that's been hotly debated since it was implemented. The first time it's been implemented in this competition. It's been given away in not a great area here. Gives Sydney Uni the chance to set up again. Here's Gallick. Wheeler. Tumeth. Wheeler managed to pick it up there. She drives forward. She's faced by Simon. What can she do here, Claire Wheeler? She's managed to fire a decent ball across the face of the Northern Tigers goal, and Azunla had to be quick, smart to get back there. Head behind for a corner. Students pressing. They've had the ascendancy since half time. Been able to turn it into anything on the scoreboard just yet. It's looked good from both teams look decent from set pieces in an attacking sense. Suter to take this one. She floats it deep. It's a good clearing header by Lauren Allen. He's not one of the biggest players on the pitch. Did very well there. Wheeler's header back in. McNulty got something on it. Fell to Augustus. She couldn't deal with it. Suter will fire in again. Well, she's gone past Bart. Suter's stabbed across. Coelho did well to stay calm and take it into her grasp. Wilson. It's pressed hard by Gallick there. Collister's managed to work it through to Russell. That's a good strong challenge by Azunla, using her body well. Played Arrow Smith, just dropping it off. Russell trying to win it back. Wilson happy to go back to her captain. Bart controlling with her chest in midfield. She's trying to find Laura Allen, but it's only gone as far as Claire Hunt. Now it's Bartels. as the wind picks up here at North Turramurra. Bart couldn't control, and Gallic did well to get back. Here's Sutar. Wind has really picked up, as I'm sure you can hear it through the microphone. Collister running at Wilson again. This has been a good battle down this side of the pitch. Collister's got past her this time. What can she deliver? It's found towards Augustus. Dangerous sliding tackle in there from one of the Tigers players. Here's Gallic. Hunt. Tumeth. He's gone out wide for the fullback on that far side. Gabrielle Peak. Flannery picking it up. Peaking again. Oh, and it's floated dangerously towards Coelho's goal. Keeper happy to see it over the crossbar. There'll be a double change this time for the students. Caspers and Connolly are on. Peak and Tegan Collister, the two plays removed. Collister put in a good shift today. She's one of Sydney Uni's more promising players down this left-hand side. Bart couldn't reel that one in. Russell, player in her back. Happy to start again with Hunt and Tumeth. Tumeth playing one of those diagonal balls again. Augustus did well to bring it in. Here's Flannery. Can she play it in? She's got a couple in support and is offside. Bart has stayed down in midfield here. She might be about to be removed. There's quite a bit of movement around this Northern Tigers bench in front of us. Well, the Tigers couldn't score a victory over Sydney Uni last season. The 4 meetings. 2 draws, but one of them was in a grand final, which they lost on penalties. On a 0-0 draw here, round 7. Bart is making her way gingerly off, thankfully under her own steam. But wouldn't be surprised to see her be replaced here. Might just be winded. It's on her head. Either way, new signing getting ready for the Northern Tigers. It's Minori Ono. To Australia, former Ono, of course, playing last season here with Northern Tigers, but he's also spent time in native Japan with Hime FC, the Japanese second tier women's football. She's being ready. Bart's made her way back on the pitch, as is Josie Wilson, who made her way off there for a second. Tigers back to full strength. Here's Tumeth. Got the substitute Caspers down that right hand side. It's a decent ball, and Wilson had to be back there. That's another corner for Sydney Uni. Really been on top in this second half, moving the ball a lot better, a lot quicker than they were in the first. Got to make this pressure count though. No easy backline to break down, that's for sure. Sutar readies herself to take this one again. Sutar towards the front post. It was Augustus who got a touch on it, and just a couple of yards inside. Here we go. We touted the change, and it's going to come here for the Northern Tigers. It's going to be McNulty. She's told to leave on the far side. Another new rule that's been enforced in Europe, and the rest of the Northern Hemisphere for a little while now. First time we've seen it in NPL New South Wales. Ono is on. Should go out to that left-hand side. Well, McNulty was very industrious today. She was unfortunate to give away the penalty, but has contributed well to this Tigers lead, which currently stands at 2-1. It's Connolly. It's impressive in the reserve grade game. She was on in that one, and she's making an impact here. Connolly, what can she fashion? It's well cut off by the recovering Emma Watkins. Again, it's been turned over by Northern Tigers in their own half. Russell. That's well blocked by Zumla and Allen. Happy to hack it clear. Augustus not with her best touch there. Here's Arrowsmith. Simon. She's looking for the substitute Ono, who's got fresh legs, but she's not going to be able to get past that head start that Tumeth had. Here's Hunt. Bart managed to charge that one down, got a little deflection. Tigers moving it forwards now. Halpin's played it towards Bart. It's cut off by Hunt. Been an impressive part of this sturdy defence in the second half. Uni really have had this second half on their own terms. With everything in it, just lacking the goal. It's what they need if they're to get anything away from their first game of the season. They, of course, won their first game of the season last year, 5-0. That was against Blacktown Spartans. Well played forward again. Steinmetz, who's been a tad quieter in the second half, but still been nice and loud directing the plays in front of her. Here's Wheeler. Had plenty of touches on the ball throughout the game. Here's Gallic, central midfield partner. Hunt. Connolly offering and receiving. It's Gallic now. It's better. Oh, that's very well read by Watkins, who steps in, wins the ball. What can she deliver? Hunt gives her a taste of her own medicine, wins it back. Sydney Uni keep possession. A lot of possession with not a lot of cutting edge in this second half. Started to improve in the last 5 or 10 minutes with these substitutes and a bit of fresh legs. Connolly couldn't chase that one down from Gallic. Haven't been able to get anything out of their press in the Tigers' half. Defended stoutly. Bart and Wheeler competing for it. Wanted the throw, didn't get it. Maddie Bart. Here's Hunt. Tumeth put under pressure, and bigger pressure by Bart. And there was a coming together, but no free kick. And now there is, says the referee. She tried to play advantage. Maddie Bart winning the free kick off Hunt, who's had a torrid time chasing her around this afternoon. Wozenla looks as if she'll be pretty happy to launch this one forward. No point playing it through the backs with a lead. Only pick out Hunt that time. Suta puts a big right foot through it. Still not doing well in the air. She's not a big player, but she's an imposing physical force. Allen did well, won the throw. Tigers just able to relieve a little bit of pressure here, which had been building. Well, it's a big hit from Augustus, and there are complaints, but I don't think that was shoulder to shoulder. Augustus coming through on the blind side. Russell particularly having a protestations heard. Be another Northern Tigers free kick here. Sunla with another ball forward, very similar to the one that resulted in that second goal for Matty Bart in the first half. Well, that's a poor throw out from Bartels, but he's been relieved of that by Caspers. Did well to win it back, keep possession for the students. Gallic, she was fouled that time by Watkins, recovering there. Just a couple of seconds behind where she needed to be. Happy to commit the foul. Uni try to keep it moving. Here's Wheeler. Toomuth. Stick it through. Wheeler again. She's ended up on that right hand side of the pitch, as she has for a lot of the game. Starting as a central midfielder. Ono. Steinmetz. Only half clear, and Flannery. Russell, sorry, picking up that ball in midfield. Wheeler. Toomuth. Now Hunt. Switch of play, fell short. Ono picked it off. She's got a couple of runners ahead of her, but some tired legs out there. Allen's a willing runner. She goes head-to-head with Suter, and she's got around her. There's plenty of grabbing and grappling in there. And Allen, in the end, gives away the foul. Suter clever to get herself back in front there and win the free kick. Too high for Augustus. Halpin picking it up in midfield. Pressure came quickly on Watkins. Russell just giving her a shove off the ball there. Allen. Halpin trying to pick it up in midfield. Good challenge with Wheeler. Halpin and Wheeler still. Halpin comes away with it, but can't find a green and white shirt. Uni regain possession again in their back line. Suter, too high for it. It's a touch of frustration creeping into the students' play. They're more desperate to go long a bit quicker, which is probably understandable, considering they still trail. Allen. That's a good challenge by Hunt. And then still on the ground, Watkins. Well, she didn't actually make a challenge, but the ball rolled into her. Arrowsmith could be in here. She's around the goalkeeper, but the ball has just trickled out of play. That was an odd one because Watkins went into the initial challenge. Hunt won the ball. She ended up on the ground, and then Hunt proceeded to dribble the ball into her and ask for a free kick. The referee wasn't obliging. That's a good win by Watkins, speaking of it. Connolly. It's a good touch. Even better one from Gallic to bring it under her spell. Flannery couldn't bring it under hers, and now Gemma Simon has an open left side of the pitch to run down. Here's Gemma Simon. And she's not able to turn past, and then just a little grapple of Gallic. Oh, Connolly pressured quickly by Allen, managed to get in front of her. Suter. Russell allowed to turn. Pressure from Watkins comes now. It's a good challenge by Watkins. Another throw on this near side for the students. Augustus, tracked closely by Zunla, who's come right out of the back to pursue that one. Couldn't win it back. Hunt. Gallic allowed to turn. Suter. Good challenge by Allen. Been very industrious down this right hand side. The former Newcastle Jets player. Connolly. Did well there, Connolly. She's got it away to Russell. What can she do? It's gone straight into the brick wall that tends to be Azunla, but as she fell, she grabbed the students' attacking midfielder, and as a result, they'll be able to set up from a free kick here. Still trying to find her way back in this game, Sydney Uni. This time it's Watkins that stayed down. She has been throwing herself around the last 10-15 minutes. Been necessary because the Northern Tigers haven't had a lot of the ball. It's been almost a monopoly for Sydney Uni, but without being able to break down a well set up team. Watkins will trudge off, leaves Tigers a player short, or are they going to substitute her? Yeah, they're going to substitute her, so Erica Descasio comes on. Watkins is the player removed. So they're back to 11, the Tigers to defend this one. Suta's gone for goal, and that was very good bend on that strike. We're standing right behind it from our commentary position, and had Coelho just worried it might sneak over into the top corner. Very happy to see that one pass over the crossbar. Well, Jason Eager is becoming more and more vocal on this touchline. He can sense perhaps 3 points beckoning for his Tigers side here at home. They have a very good record. Wheeler. So unless Sydney Uni can find something in the next few minutes, Simon's just not able to bring it under her control. It was a clever backfield from Bart to find her. Augustus's header just helped it on to Coelho. Russell is going to be given the indirect free kick here, and now she's going to be booked for dissent. It's preventing the goalkeeper from releasing the ball is what the initial indirect free kick was for, and then she's been booked for dissent. Frustration just creeping in for Sydney Uni. Used to being behind this late in games. That's what happens when you 3 of the last 4 grand finals. Halpin chasing it down. She's done well to substitute. Here's Zoe Halpin for Northern Tigers. Lovely turn. Keeps possession. Ono. Lovely feet from the left winger. She's played in a fellow sub, Halpin. Back to Ono. Playing a little 2-man game as they say in basketball. And Ono gave it away and then followed up with a foul. Nice football from those two over on that far side. Sutar. That's a lovely turn. Good piece of skill to beat Descasio. She's managed to get away here, Erica, though. Hunt there again to sweep up. Only as far as Halpin. Her ball was a attempted through ball without a willing runner at the end of it. Well, she's caught out of her goal here, Bartels, and she's been put under pressure. To be very careful playing those games as a goalkeeper. Steinmetz only got half a head onto it. Appeals for a handball against Wilson. It's been chased out by Augustus, and she has equalised for Sydney Uni. A disaster at the back for the Northern Tigers, who have looked so solid there all day. 1 lapse in concentration. And that's all the students needed. They've been banging at the door, and finally they've belted it down. Not the way we would have expected it, but they are finally level. And Augustus has turned to be turned out to be an inspired substitution for Alex Epakis. They've thrown on the forwards and finally it's come off. Slightly fortunate, of course, but that's what happens when you put pressure on defensive players, and more so when you do it on goalkeepers. You have to wonder if Coelho's little tussle with Russell a couple of minutes before had anything to do with a loss of concentration. Can the Tigers find something again? They've already taken the lead twice today, and twice they've been pegged back. Here's August. Pulled down, and the free kick's gone the other way. The goal scorer losing the ball and finding it down, Stephanie Augustus. So disappointing for the Tigers, who had looked in control in the first half. They rescinded some of that in the second as Nicoletta Flannery is removed. Lani Johnson is on in her place. If they could add a third here, they really will have pulled something out of the fire here today, Sydney Uni. They've had to come from behind twice. It's exactly what they've done. They're now sitting on a point, their first point of 2020. Still plenty of this game left to go though, by no means over yet. Balls like that aren't going to do much into this win. The Tigers are very much playing into it. As you can hear, it's picking up again on our mic. So these clearances from Azunla are going to hold up in the wind, as that one has there. Hunt's able to get under it. Wheeler, Suter, back to Hunt. Tumeth, who will go for one of these long balls again. Azunla able to deal with the initial one. Connolly with nice feet to keep it. Suter, back to Connolly. She'll go at Wilson now. She's got Wheeler as a willing runner next to her, but she couldn't find her, and Azunla did well. Disciasio wins the throw for the green and white. Well, there's something of a momentum shift afoot here. Tigers, who have led for almost all of this game, have suddenly seen their lead slip away. And now it's the students who really look more likely to take all 3 points if there was another goal to come. But with a nice piece of skill to get past Connolly, and then she fouled Wheeler as she went in for the second challenge, and the Sydney Uni backs will be able to get into the box as they have all afternoon. Hunt and Tumeth are sent forward. Provide some aerial threat against what is a solid but not quite as physically imposing Northern Tigers backline. Suter over this one, as she has been since she came on. Two in the wall for the Tigers. The one is flicked towards the penalty spot. It was nearly brought down by Gallic, but then cleared away by Steinmetz. And now it's Gemma Simon, the left back, who's driving forward with a football. Ono not able to beat Heidi Kaspers on that far side. Manages to keep the ball in play. Steinmetz has to deal with it. She's only really half done that. Managed to get it on the second attempt. Ball's fallen onto Ono now. Steinmetz goes long again. This time there's no green and white shirts. Allen's making the run after it. She's expended a lot of energy today, Laura Allen. Cleared by Kaspers, and that will do. So They led twice, Northern Tigers. They were pegged back twice. Two goals in the first half to Maddie Bart. First one, cool finish when she found some space inside the area. Second one, a long ball forward from a free kick. She ghosted past the Sydney Uni defence, who were rather stagnant. Put away a very cool header. That was after Sydney Uni had pulled one back barely 5 minutes after they went behind. Anna McNulty's handball resulting in a goal for Nicoletta Flannery, who emulated her penalty that she scored in the grand final last season in the shootout. Made it 1-1. Bart scored again to make it 2-1, and then one mistake that Coelho will want to forget for a new side, clearing the ball straight into substitute Stephanie Augustus, who was able to tap into an empty net, and that's where we finished here at North Turramurra Recreation Area. It's finished here at full time in the grand final replay between Northern Tigers and Sydney University. Northern Tigers 2, Sydney Uni 2. I've been Alex Molchanoff, taking you through this round 2 match in the NPL 1 women's competition for 2020. We'll be back with more throughout the week on our Facebook page, and stay tuned for the launch of NPL TV. We'll see you next time.